Hello, hello, everybody. Happy Friday to you. Welcome to this morning's Messages of Love from Above. And of course, if you're on the other side of the world, happy evening to you. Before we get started, let me get my desktop all set up here as per usual. Hope you guys had an amazing week. Got a lot going on uh, astrologically, right? We'll talk about that in a moment here. Let me just get things going here and we'll get into it. All right. Right, I think that's good. Let's stretch that out. All right. I think we are good there. And yeah, we're showing live. So perfect. So all of my lovely souls, let's start off by sending some love out to the world because right now, with all this eclipse, lunar eclipse coming up here, we got some really strong energies. And again, we'll talk about that in a sec. But we could all use this beautiful love energy. And when one of us sends unconditional love out to the world, it like balances out a million souls having lower vibrational energy experiences. And when we do it together, and not just adds on top of one another, it multiplies it. So whether you're watching live right now or on replay, we can meet outside of space and time. So join me if you're rewatching this too, because it does make a difference. So I'm going to take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now, in this moment. Leave all that outside world behind for just a sec. And then as I hit the singing bowl, we just allow that love to fill our heart, fill us up, and it overflows out to the world. So here we go. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Just put it back here, let it continue to sing for a little bit. Powerful bowl. So we got stuff going on in the, of course, astrological planes, and just some shout outs here to Johanna Urisin. Hello, shout out to one of my YouTube channel members, and Magana. Hello. So shout out to you. You'll see their names in green with a little badge. Have YouTube memberships, which we'll maybe talk about here in a moment. But let's get into this energy. We just put out a Libra full moon eclipse pick a card here. And here's the link to that. Whoops, it's too big. Let me shrink it down a little bit here. Oh, all right. We could just get rid of the time here. Picky. All right, there we go. There it is. Let me do that so that doesn't keep happening here. But we have that on Monday, the 25th. Monday's the 25th, right? Yeah. So we got a lunar eclipse in Libra. So we've been feeling that energy for about 4 to 6 weeks before and 4 to 6 weeks after the eclipse season. So we've been feeling it, but it's coming fast now. So this talks about to pick a card, but also how you can make the most of the full moon energy the release energy for Libra there. And then also I put out just yesterday an eclipse alert, which has a pick a card with it, but also there's an eclipse guide on how to make the most of your eclipse energy. And I put it in my planner. I know I'm a planner in my calendar uh, to do it much earlier next time around to give you guys a more of a heads up because it's such powerful energy. I'm also posting almost every single day. I started today, little hints on how you can make the most of your eclipse energy as well. So be sure to check those out and follow me on Instagram or Facebook, and you can keep on top of all that stuff too. What else? What else? We have, of course, equinox season had popped out here. So if you haven't checked out your forecast for the next 3 months, I did have uh, a forecast for each individual zodiac sign. I know, busy, busy, right? But that's the playlist, so you can check into that. And of course, we went into Aries season this week too. So happy Aries season and happy birthday to all you Aries sun babies. This is a pick a card for everyone, but there's a bonus for Aries sun babies. It's a 3 month forecast for you as well. So if you have Aries sun babies in your lives, be sure to send that out to them and wish them a happy birthday from their bruddaZEN. And of course, we can't not talk about my podcast, which is the From Chaos to Cozy. Episode 6 was It's Complicated, which we talked about personal relationships, like intimate relationships, and especially unfaithfulness and how that impacts what we can glean and realize from all that. So it's really cool. And then, of course, a new episode will come out this Sunday. So there's a playlist there if you want to, as well, link there if you want to catch up on any of those podcasts there. And then lastly, I know I want to just make sure you guys know all of the good stuff that's out there. I do offer a lot of free content because I love you guys. So here I have life purpose readings that I put out this month at the beginning of this month. And so they're half off until the end of March as well. So there's a link there if you want to find out more about what is included in those. So that is the skinny on all that stuff. Let me just get this out of the way, clear some space here, and get my email over here. All right. So if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, welcome, first of all. Got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor, and some even have both. I'm just kidding. Most of them have both. And so the way the readings work, I do go down in order, first come, first serve for the free readings. And if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. It's actually how I live and eat, in addition to the other services I offer in the description box of the video. So big shout out to all of you that donate. I do step outside of the free readings, dive deeper into those, give them priority, and then with more cards, and then I jump back into the free readings and I move down in order, first come, first serve. And all how to donate and all that's in the description box of the video too. I'm going to be using these new cards. They're craft cards, beautiful little deck here. They're just got some, it's the standard tarot, but have some great colors with those. So I'm excited for it. Hey, everybody. Hello, hello. Good to see everyone. I hope you're having an amazing, amazing moment. And so we will get started. And I have a bunch of Oracle, and I might use you guys as guinea pigs too. I got some love Oracle, and I got some timing, a timing deck, which I got two small decks, and I put them all into one huge timing deck. So if there's anything about timing, we might jump to those, if so guided by spirit. All right, so let's get into it. So I do have a donation via PayPal. So thank you for that. We will work that in here. Let's see. So up first, we do have a donation. So Mia, hello, hello, my dear. Let's give that some love and a like there. And then we'll go to the PayPal donation. And let me just see here. The heart sense. I just want to make sure I didn't say your name out loud. If it so, heart sense, you'll be up after that, and then HTTPS, and then divine empathic tarot. So, thank you guys so much for your donations. All right, Mia, let's get these shuffled and activated, and let's get going here. Happy Friday to you as well. Good to see you. And you would love to ask how M feelings and desires for you will shift after you meet. Hopefully soon. All right, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know here? Okay, about evidently they have something to say. Wow. Okay. A lot of energy in these cards here, Mia. Calm down. I love it. Let's take a look here. Uh, yeah, Divine Empathic Tarot. I do have Venmo and Cash App. If you check the description box of the video, all the links are in there. Wow. What are all these? Okay, so the card that almost like went under the table here, you got the Two of Cups. So, I do feel like there will be this spark. It's an important relationship for sure, and they will definitely see that. So, not a bad card to get there. Oh, no problem, Divine Empathic. There's a lot in that description box, I know. I just put everything there. So let's take a look and see what all of this is about here. All right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I do see here, I mean, you got a ton of cards that popped out, but they all kind of have this whole story. I like this. The Ten of Swords always looks like so ominous, right? But this is a good card. It is about leaving behind expectations and old ways of thinking, and it's sudden and it just strikes them here like this tower. So I feel like, when you guys meet in person, it's like they get not literally, they get struck by lightning. They're just like, and they're like, all of my preconceptions and all my rules are gone, and they're just like, you just kind of push it all away by your presence, which is a great energy. There is this like, wow, you know what? Again, you're odd and different. We're weird. You know, it's like you're or not normal. That's the word, right? You're not normal. And so the norms, these are the norms. They get blasted away, right? And but it's a good thing because they were not happy with the old ways anyway, always not normal. And it's great. So I like that. Because you've got, here's all this the Hierophant, the Six of Swords, the Seven of Swords. There's a lot of thinking, a lot of, all this, energy that comes in. Again, these are all this uh, seeing capital T truths. You really just rattle their world, and it just brings in all of this thinking. Um, and not at the same time. The feelings is like they're just like, I don't want to think about all of that stuff. I just want to enjoy you for who you are. And I feel like that's a lot of this energy that comes in with all of that here. We do have passion is sparked here with the Ace of Wands and the Magician. So I like that. So, you know, there's emotion too, movement of emotion with the Knight of Cups, right? And then the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles, I like that they end with that one because I feel like there's all this great encouragement about, wow, it's just they if you have like all these boxes that we're taught. We create all these boxes of this belongs in here, this belongs in here, this belongs in here, this person belongs in here, this person belongs in here, and they come across you, and you're like, um, you really none of these boxes apply to you. I don't have a box for you, and I can't fit you in any box, and that's why you're not normal. And then they like that though because it's like exciting and new, and and they're just like in awe, and and I like this energy of you're intriguing, and so but their heart, their energy, their mind, their body, all of that is activated with all of this. I know, right? And then the work begins. I know. So they give you all that to go, wow. And then they're like, but, and it's 11:11 right now where I'm at. We've got this, then the journey begins. It's like the schooling begins. The 8 of Pentacles is like the apprentice becoming the master. It's the blood, the sweat, the tears, the working out of things, but enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. It's like going to school, if it's like going to college and you're trying to go for a degree. If you're okay, yeah, I got to get my degree, I got to get to the end, I got to get to the end, you just don't get to have the experience of learning and knowledge and enjoying the process. And I feel like they're saying enjoy the process. I know, the blood, the sweat, the tears. It could be tears of joy. It's just a saying, we go through our blood, the sweat, the tears as we work through our own stuff, right? Um our own situations, but so nothing, it was not you know, why do you focus on the tears? What about the blood? What about the sweat? No, just to know that it's part of the process, working out, of working together, because you come from different backgrounds, you come from different ways of thinking. There's always the working out, and there could be a little, "Psh, they hurt my feelings," and realize, oh, that's mine to deal with. This is old tears that need to come out, that kind of thing. So so that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you, Mia Mia. I like it. I like it. Good stuff. All right. You are welcome. All right, Heart Sense, you are up next, and thank you for your donation. And so, you want to know, what does Spirit want you to learn about meeting, before meeting your future husband? All right, let's take a look here. Let's give these a shuffle, refresh them, and let's take a look here, Heart Sense. What does Spirit want you to know about about it? All right. Okay, they do want that one, and then that one. Okay, what else? And that one. All right. Pardon me. So at the bottom of the deck, we've got this 6 of Pentacles coming in here. And so the 6 of Pentacles, there is this energy of this balance of giving and receiving. And, I I like this, that it's a big important piece of the journey that is important for us to learn. I'm just going to grab some and I apologize if I've already talked to you about these before, but these are 2 videos. I'm just going to pop them down here, and this is for anyone that this resonates with. Both of these, episode 4 in this Take 10 with Zen playlist, episode 4 talks about our energy, how our energy works, and I feel like because uh, now I know why they showed me on the bottom of the deck. You also have the Magician. So this is our energy, how we use our energy, and this is our giving and receiving, our rate of exchange, right? And so 2 huge things to learn. Um, because it allows them to come in sooner. It draws us more closer together faster, because what we focus on grows and expands. And so the energy talks about being aware of where we're investing and how. And then the Six of Pentacles is, if you ever feel like unconsciously you're like, I want love, I want raises and money and all these wonderful things, but it feels like sometimes there's a force field keeping things out of our life, keeping things away. That's because our inner child is below, in our subconscious, ruling over that forest field. But they also are the ones that learned our rate of exchange of give and receive back when we were 7 years old and younger. And the important people in our life, you know, hardly had any time. Usually our parents, they're working like dogs, trying to keep their relationship together, take care of the kids, home, food, abundance, looking for the future, taking care of friends, their extended family. I mean, poor parents, right? But so they don't have the ability to give us as much as we are wanting. We feel we're giving them 1,000 love coins and they're giving us one back. As children, we're like, that seems fair. And it goes down into our subconscious and it holds out there, maintaining that until we consciously bring it up. And that's what that video talks about, is how to bring that from 1 to 1,000 to 1 to 1. These forest fields come down, and that's what allows love and other things to come in too. So important here about our energies. We're so powerful with how we focus our energy and then that rate of exchange. So there's things we're doing to draw things to us, either lower vibrational, higher vibrational, and then our inner child is going, but keep this stuff out, we don't deserve it yet. And then we just have a little discussion, a little training session with our inner child to go, this is not really fair for you. And they're like, really? And you're like, yeah, let me show you a new way. So I like those. Those are in the bottom of the deck. And yeah, we do have here, you got the Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. And so this does bring in, I feel like these two things help balance things in your life here. There's a lot of different choices, and like there's a lot of different emotional choices that we're making. And there's this nice balancing that's coming in with this. And I feel like this is a big piece. This underlying energy is what allows um us to really, I mean, I feel like the Seven of Cups is like there's so many things I want, but I feel like they're not coming in. And this Two of Pentacles is just like shows us the beautiful cycle of life that we did want to experience what it felt like to not, these lower vibrational experiences and different things, but the cycle's changing. And that's what changes the cycle of things. Let's see what happens here. Yeah. Three of Swords talks about heartbreak, and part of us, part of our journey, and what's great for us to realize is that our hearts can't be broken. I know, spoiler alert, everybody, our hearts can't be broken. Our hearts are so our true hearts are so powerful, but we do come down here to experience what it might feel like to have our heart broken, which when we really, look into life and look at things, we've got this, realization that when we feel like we're experiencing heartbreak, it's actually just fear igniting in our heart. If you ever have someone scare you, jump out, blah, it's like you have this like prick in our heart, that's our body going, well, we gotta, I gotta react and go into fight or flight mode. But and then we realize, oh, it's just my brother, and then it goes away. But emotional scare, an emotional scare, um, loops, because the belief about that whatever happened that ignited fear, if it's not resolved, it just keeps looping. And that's why heartbreak, heartbreak, heartbreak. It's actually heart scare, heart scare. And when we realize that, then we're like, okay, it's just an alarm. Heartbreak will, if we allow ourselves to feel the emotion, it'll do its course. Then we can step back, look at the trigger, and understand it. But our hearts can't be broken. We're too powerful for that. And I feel like that's an important thing. And in fact, I think I talk about that in one of my From Chaos to Cozy episodes here, the last couple here. Yeah, and here we go with this, you got the power of choice energy that's coming in with these two, that, every moment we get to choose, um, what we want, either lower vibrational, higher vibrational, in that we're not at the whim of other people's actions. And let me take a look here and just see. Yeah, they told me, look at one of the other cards. You got the Chariot card, which is the power of choice card. So you definitely have, some beautiful, awareness that comes in with all of these, because the Chariot ultimately says, we get to choose in each moment the story we put, the emotions we choose, the energy we put forward, and our physical choices, right? And yeah, we're given a lot of old, popular opinion growing up about, when that happens, this is what it's supposed to mean, how you're supposed to feel, what energy you're supposed to put forward, and what actions you're supposed to take. But it doesn't mean that's true just because someone said it, and that it's popular way of thinking. We get to choose. And when we realize that I get to choose the story, my emotions, and everything else, I don't. Everyone else gets to choose for themselves. I can't control that, so I don't invest energy in trying to control everyone else's choices. I come back to my choices. And then I'm not so scared of the future either that comes in, because, before we feel like we are like on a puppet on strings with the outside world, because we're told when that happens, this is what it has to mean. So I'm afraid, or I'm like anxious about what comes next, because that's going to control me and make me do this stuff. But when we realize I could continue to do that if I want to, there's no wrong choice, but there's always a different choice if I want to make it. And so I like this. I like this empowerment that's coming in through all of these here. So I like it. And then your last card is the Four of Wands, which is joy, celebration, but marriage. So you definitely have this card coming in here. This final card, just to let you know, absolutely, you do have a marriage in your destiny for this lifetime. So it's not I was gonna say it's not a choice. It's always a choice, but there's just some fated things that we want to experience in our lifetime that, come in. And so, you know, uh, but you have this soul agreement with another individual for marriage, and so you will experience marriage. I love it. I know, I love it for you. So I know a lot of information. Luckily, you can go back and rewatch it, but definitely check out those videos if I haven't already told you about those before. I really do love those for you. So that's what they got for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And you are very welcome. All right. So enjoy, and thank you again for your donation. All right, and then HTTPS, you are up. Hello, hello. Let's give your donation some love and a like. Thank you so much for that. And you want messages from your spirit team? Boom, boom, boom. Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what's on the menu for today for you. Just gonna shuffle these up here. All right. Doesn't look like they want Oracle today. All right. What else? And two, and three, and those two together. All right. All righty. So, let's start with the bottom of the deck, um, because you've got this energy here that's popping in, and they want all three of these. So you've got the Emperor, you got the Eight of Pentacles, and you have the Knight of Wands. So the Emperor, of course, it's Aries energy. Boom, here we go. And the Knight of Wands is a lot of energy, a lot of movement, a lot of action. And the Eight of Pentacles comes in perfectly with all these two, about um, I want to say progression, doing the work, determining what you want and going for it as well. The Emperor, especially, is this new start energy that we have with all these eclipses and all this stuff. I don't know if you're wanting to do something with your life, like life purpose wise, that requires any kind of schooling or training. This is very much supported here, and they're like, now's the time to act on it. What you waiting for? I, I love your guide, your spirit team. They're just like they're so cool. What's going on? What are you waiting for? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. But it is about, stepping out of what everyone else is thinking and wanting and for you and everything. What do you want? Put a plan together and take action towards it because it's time. It's like now's the perfect time. Let's step forward here. And I like that. So that's the energy on the bottom of the deck, and you got the Six of Wands came flying out, which you have victory. It's like victory is guaranteed, and this is about you being seen and recognized by spirit too, and supported. Here's all your spirit team behind you with all those other wands cheering you on towards victory, being with you every step of the way. And so there's this beautiful flow of energy and moving towards these things. Let's see what else you got here. Yeah, and you got the Justice card too. So balancing your higher thinking with that lower thinking and cutting away the old ways, the restrictions and the belief systems that have made you feel, blinded, restricted, held back. Oh, I can't do that. I'm not smart enough, or, you know, um, people from my background can't go do that. Whatever it is, these limiting beliefs that we get all over the place growing up, influenced of like, um, especially as children, I want to be a doctor. Oh, honey, you can't be a doctor. Maybe, you can be, you know, someone who works at a retail store selling Band-Aids. Is that close enough? You're like, what? What a limited what a limited difference between a doctor and here you can hand out Band-Aids. You're just like, but we're taught that's your ceiling, and like blow that ceiling away with this justice card and move forward. Yeah. Again, both of these really are about changing mindsets and pursuing higher education too. The swords is about the mind, the mindsets, learning, and Knight of Swords could be pursuit of that. Were you thinking of becoming a lawyer and getting into the justice system? Maybe, I don't know. But there's there is this higher, this nudge of don't restrict yourself and allow yourself to really pursue something, and you never have to give up on it. Oh my gosh. And and you also got the Page of Swords. So here's more of that swords. All of this higher truth, higher thinking, moving forward. Yeah. And yeah, you've got all the energy, all the power. You have the Seven of Swords, leaving behind those mindsets that have stolen out of your life, felt like thievery, deception. These are your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you're leaving behind. You've already dropped some. What I love about the Seven of Swords is like, so you've left some thinking behind already. You have three swords in this hand, which are things you're aware of that you're currently letting go. And then there's two over here that's like you may not be totally aware of that you also are letting go. So I feel like they're telling you here, education, training, don't let old mindsets limit you from stepping forward. And now's the time. Now's the time. You know, um, if you're waiting for the perfect moment to start, um, by what your mind thinks is the perfect time to start, it'll never happen. But now is the perfect time to start. So, hop in. It's like people that are like, well, we're planning for a baby and we want everything. And like, you'll never be totally 100% prepared for a baby. Most parents are just like, oh God, let's just do it. We'll make it work somehow, some way, right? And this is why I feel like this is with this, whatever this higher learning, this higher knowledge, this pursuit is for you. And this is what I feel is coming in for you. So hopefully that resonates for you, but that's what they have for you right now. So thank you so much again for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. So have a great day. Divine Empathic Tarot, you are up. So let's give that donation some love and a like there. Thank you so much for that. And you want to know what you see coming forward in love. All right. Let's give these a little refresh. And then Sen, you will be up. And then Cat. All right. Just one more time here. So what does Spirit want you to know is coming forward for love for you? All right. Evidently that one. Okay. These 4, but they want them reversed. Not reversed, but in order. All right. So let's see what we got here. Energy on the bottom of the deck you've got is the Knight of Swords. So this is the overall energy is movement of thought and belief and mindset, um, seeing things from a different perspective when it comes to this. And the energy, the other card that the first card that came flying out of the deck was the Chariot card. So here's more horse and movement energy, right? So the Chariot is movement, it is victory, and the Chariot is about this, um, choosing that every moment we get to choose what something means, how we feel, the energy we put forward in our physical actions. And so regarding love, it's just like there's this um, kind of embarking on a new adventure. Embarking is the word that they wanted to use, which is not usually in my vocabulary. Embarking on an adventure, but it's getting away from the old mindset, not being restricted by old mindsets of like, well, this is how it's supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be, ought to be, blah blah blah. Right? Popular opinion. This is about you stepping in, going, you know what? I'm clearing away more of my restrictions out of my life because we're given a ton growing up around love and everything else, but restriction to where it's like it's like horses that have the blinders on because it's too scary on either side. It's going to startle the horse, right? So okay, that's too scary. I'm just going to put these blinders on. But the problem with that, or the challenge, is that your love is over here on this side of the blinder, and you don't see him until we let these expectations go. And like, oh, who are you? And so that's a big important part of that unfolding there. Yeah. And it's time. I feel like you've been very patient here with the 7 of Pentacles. Last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. But in your current mindset, and I feel like you've been working on this and you're letting things go, but it's like if you got this idea of who you think is the perfect person for you, you would be, after you got him, and you'd be like, "Bleh, why did I want this again?" It's like I want an apple orchard. And so we plant this apple orchard and the apple harvest comes in and we're like, but I want guacamole, and why did I want apple, orchard? It's because everyone else was saying, I want apple fritters, I want apple juice, I want apple pie, I want, whatever, apple sauce. And so we did it because we thought that sounds like right. And it's like, but I want guacamole. And so what you're looking for is a avocado orchard over here, and instead of this apple orchard that's here, right? If that makes sense. Sometimes it's just funny. Yeah. So you got 3 cards coming in together here. You got the 3 of Wands, which is a change of direction with new information. You got the Hanged Man, which is seeing things from a different perspective and the transformation of that way of thinking, right? And a lot of the thinking has to do with this, 5 of Pentacles, which is about, you know, feelings of fearing lack and fearing being abandoned, left behind, being left, you know, And so there's this changing of thinking does have to do with, well, that other person is going to bring me all this stuff, and that's why I need them to be this. And there's this transformation that happens with the Five of Pentacles, where you realize it's not humans that bring us what we need in each moment. It's the creator. We find it inward and upward. No one can bring us what we're needing, either love or fulfillment, happiness. All of that we can only find inward and upward. And when we're looking for the other person to fulfill that, they're always going to lack. They're always going to fall short. And as we turn inward and upward, and we're like, there's this 10-course meal with two desserts that I've been looking for. And all that the outside world can offer is third dessert or more. It's a giant dessert bar. And you go in and you're like, where's like the meals? And they're like, nope, sorry, third dessert though. And you're like, well, that's nice. It's nice, we can always make room for more dessert, but I'm like my heart is hungry for like a real nutritious meal. That we only can find inward and upward. Boom, right? You're so funny. So I like that. Yeah, and then here's the rerouting of the energy. Just where we've been investing a lot of energy, the 10 of wands is, all right, I'm changing. Instead of trying to have this long list, I'm getting rid of stuff. I'm focusing my energy inward and upward, not trying to do so much in the outside world, because that's the whole thing. It's like if we eat, it's like American Chinese food. You eat it and you're hungry an hour later. If you're just like eating, 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 and it's like, why isn't this filling me up? It's like, well, when we stop investing um, in energy in that and we invest it in here, then it's like, then we fill up and overflow. Then what everyone gives us is above and beyond extra. And part of the Five of Pentacles is that, where we realize, wow, what I'm looking for is in here, and that's why everything out there is lacking. And then when I fill up in here and I fill up and overflow, what people give me is above and beyond extra. The outside world transformed from a place of lack and falling short to a place of overflow and abundance. So I like this energy coming in. Yeah, and here's your um what is it? This poster. This is the poster child card for your adventure. The full card, brand new adventure. It follows, of course, which you, of course, knowing tarot, know that it's the first card in the major arcana, and it follows the world card, which the world card is the ending of old cycles, old ways of thinking and being, and it's the completion, right? And then we start off with the full card, and the full card with all this energy is like a little child that has a world of possibilities. It hasn't been given a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. It's this adventure without any rules, without any supposed tos, without any restrictions. And it just allows you just to have this freedom to enjoy whatever comes our way instead of judging it as falling short and not being what it's supposed to be. So it is the change of things too, which is like you can think of a relationship where when we're living our relationships by a bunch of rules, we're always looking at how someone's falling short, right? And we usually probably communicate that either in verbally or with our looks or with our energy. Even if we're like, I'm not telling them, they can pick up on it going, I don't think they're happy with me. But when we find our fulfillment on the inside, when then we have that attitude of gratitude. Can you imagine a relationship where just every day was about focusing on what they are, the things that we enjoy about what they're doing, not looking at where they're falling short, because we don't need to worry about that because we're complete on the inside. It's just like, what I love about you is you never give up on your friends, and blah, blah, blah. And you give them examples and they're just like, what? Can you imagine what kind of relationship that has instead of giving them the look and going, "You know what you didn't do today?" So, I love that for you. So, hopefully that helps. To see you said, see how you're not denying it. Spirit will Being like wrong direction. I'd be like, come in, and then I see that higher power and spirit team. So it's like, dang. Yeah, and they gently will guide us. Yeah, even have the hermit card on the bottom. When in doubt, you've got when in doubt, seek us out. your your guides are funny. But so I like that. So I feel like that's the important thing that they want to tell you about, because they are coming your direction over here, but we don't see it because they're over there. Yeah, beautiful. So yeah, the clearing away of the old and opening those up, then you see them coming towards you. But it's such an important thing just to free yourself from, and then your heart's not in a cage anymore, and it can just live and love. So I love that. Beautiful. All right, and that's what they have for you, Divine Empathic Tarot. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And then Sen, you are up. So let's give that some love and a like and celebrate your first super chat on live stream. So thank you for allowing me to be your first. And you want to know what's in love for you. So let's take a look here. Shuffle these up. And then Kat, you'll be next. All right. So what does Spirit wants you to know about? What is in love for you here? All right. So get to those three. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I can resonate with that for sure, for myself in the past, for sure. So I like that. Sorry, let me just move some rings around here. You wake up in the morning and your hands are a little bit plumpier than normal, and then they thin out. Get love and light. All right, so Sen, let's take a look here. Well, the bottom of the deck, um, the full card, I just put this back in. It came flying back out here for you, and I like this energy, overall energy for around love for you, because I do feel like there's this new adventure that's coming your way that's unlike anything you've had before, and there's this you know energy right underneath it too, with the two of swords, about getting out of your head and getting into your heart, and that there's this struggle that has been going on between your head and your heart, and you know it's like your mind keeps your heart on a very tight leash, and no, 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 we know what happens when I let you go, just run off and doing what you wanting to do. It doesn't turn out too well. So your mind's like, no, 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 a lot of restriction. But I feel like this is what's opening up for you. I feel like it's just like this, boom, 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 kind of energy. You got three cards, one card, and three cards. So 3-3, if that means anything to you, just be aware of that. And let me see what these are here. And what's the change? All right. Yeah, so the card in the middle that's just combining these two things together is the Queen of Pentacles. So this is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and this birthing, the sensuality, this freedom that comes in. It's a lot of like Empress energy, who the Empress, she's the number 3 in the major arcana. The Emperor and the Hierophant, they're like the spiritual leader, and the Emperor, which you have the Emperor here, um, they come in after that. And when you have large group of people, either spiritually or nationally living close together, gotta have humans that gotta have rules, or they end up killing each other. So it's all about focusing this energy and rules. But the Queen of Pentacles and the Full card, these are all about no rules, no rules. We want um adventure and freedom. And it's like I want to just go on a vacation without any plans, not having everything, planned for every moment of every day. I want to just go and explore. And this is the kind of energy that's coming in. That's why I feel like it's different than you've had before, which, the first three cards are about the mind. So when you said the mind versus the heart, sorry, there's a little glare on there. Here we go. So you got the Emperor and the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is mental conflict, and all of these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos. The Emperor, though, in this case, is all right. All this battling with what I want to do, but what I think I'm supposed to do. The fear of letting people down or people getting mad or whatever. It's like, but I want to do what I want to do. And that's what the Emperor does. The Emperor's like, he has a lot of advisors in their head, blah, 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 being about supposed tos and shoulds and need tos about the empire. And the Emperor's like, all right, I've heard enough advice. Everyone can step out. I'm the Emperor. I'm going to make the decisions now. And I'm going to put a plan together and I'm moving forward on what I want to do. That's what's coming in here. I like this, getting sick and tired of fearing disappointing people and not feeling like you're living and feeling like you're existing. And that release of all that is what brings in this Page of Pentacles, which is this new opportunity, this new way of looking at the world, that comes forward with that. And then on the other side, this is where, you know, the heart comes in, right? Because you've got the Three of Wands, which is about changing direction with new information. All right, I've been pushing myself to go this way, but I'm going to stop resisting where my heart wants to take me, and I'm going off the freeway, taking an exit and going on a different freeway. And you've got this Six of Wands, which is finding someone with equal passion, but it's celebration and recognition. And the Two of Pentacles is balancing of the outside world, but I just feel like, again, this power of choice of where you're going in the outside world. And I don't know if you've been wondering if you wanted to move somewhere else or not. This I feel like this energy of, I want to go where I want to go, and that includes literally movement of location to somewhere else, because it's in that moving, it's in this direction, this change of direction, whether it's moving home or work, but it's movement where you're physically in a different place. And when you're in this different place, this is where you meet your love. And but it's all about, if you keep on the same track you're on, it's like you're taking the long loop that takes you around to meet them, but there's this little bit, if I exit here, oh, there they are. So, I do feel like you have a fated relationship, because it's like you will meet them. We have usually in for relationships, especially fated ones that we have chosen before we came down here, we have an earliest time and the latest time when we can meet someone. This is the long loop. This is the faster, that we can do that. Yeah. And so really, really realizing what you want and stepping out of those fears, going, it's like being at a giant dinner table at a restaurant, right? Everyone's telling you what you should order off the menu, but you have to eat it. So order what you want, not like, okay, now I see you eating what I wanted you to eat. I'm happy. And you're like, yeah, but this barbecued squid, with jelly sauce is not what I really wanted. And so it is this time for you to choose and really look at things and spend some time, step away from the fears. If you can get out into nature, get away from things and just really think about, what does my heart want? Close your eyes and open your heart and see what you see. But you can definitely go, you know what? I'm the one that has to live with the person. This is my life to live. And um, people will get over it, because people have the power to choose. People could be totally happy with my choices. or totally upset about it or neutral. That's all in their world. I can have little to do with that. I can make it easier or harder for them to choose their own fear or higher, vibrational love, joy, peace, laughter. But it's up to them. I can give them the world. They can still choose to be unhappy. So I'm going to choose my world instead. So I like that for you, son. So hopefully that helps. So many blessings to you. And thank you again for your donation. I'm excited for this. So, you can there's nothing wrong with taking the long route if you want. You're going to learn a lot along the way, but you can also take the exit ramp and boom, here they are. All right. It doesn't even sound good. What is that? All right. So, many blessings, son. All right, and then Kat, hello, hello. Thank you so much for your donation and your little star sticker. It doesn't let me like physically love that, but I do love that, and thank you for that. And Kat, you wanted to know any messages you need to know from Spirit? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. All right. So, what messages from Spirit? I do want to that one and that one. That one over here is here. All right. So 1-3, we'll see what that's all about here. And what do we have happening? All right. So the bottom of the deck, oh wow. You've got sorry. I just giggle. It just makes me um laugh here. We got the 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Wands. The fried squid. Okay, I get you. Yeah, that's why it doesn't sound good. It's like, why do you guys want me to eat that? But I like this for you here, Kat, because this underlying energy of the 9 is the Hermit's journey. The reason I chuckled is because the first card out is the Major Arcana Hermit, which is about stepping back and stepping into your power. I feel is a lot of what's happening here. There's taking a pause, taking a deep breath and stepping backward allows you to get beyond these barriers to allow you to have this feeling of fullness in your life. And I just feel like there's this independence that is this energy of independence that's around you and coming in here. A big piece of that is emotions. And we've got here, so you've got the 4 of cups. Here's the love of the outside world and the emotion of the outside world, but you're getting this divine Ace of Cups brought to you. And this person's bored with this unfulfilled. And this Ace of Cups, which we find in this aloneness, inward and upward, we find that chalice, the holy grail, that we allow this love from above. Eternal, unconditional love fills us up, overflows. It makes our heart just really full. Which here's the 8 of Cups, and where this person is headed off to is the 9 of Cups. So again, another 9. But the how you get there has to do with this 8 of Cups. And this 8 of Cups is being aware of our emotional energy and where we're investing it. One, it's about looking at the outside world and going, the relationships that I have that no longer serve me or no longer, just for me anymore. You know, it's like we realize I've been giving to these different relationships 70, 80, 90% of the energy, and they've been giving back 10, 20, 30%, and it's consistently. Every relationship is give and take, but if it's all take, and you're like, why am I'm the one keeping these relationships alive? Why? And then you realize I'm going to back off to 50 and see if they'll you know give the other 50, not asking for it, just see if they do it. If they don't, the relationship just drifts apart. then you get the full amount all back. So there's different energies, different relationships that some of them you're like, nope, that one's gone, that one's gone. There's no waiting on those. I know. I just needed kind of permission from my heart to let them go. You're letting those go. And then others you might do some experimenting with, but you're getting a lot of emotional energy back that way. The other thing is that you're becoming aware of emotions that are charged, that are being your emotional energy is being taken below the surface, and these have been going on since like in the womb all the way up till now because our emotional child didn't know what to do with these things. And so they were like, well, usually emotional children will want to express how they're feeling through laughter. Like when a baby or a child laughs, it's just like, wow, look at it's catchy. You just can't help but smile and laugh with them, right? They're just so cute. But when they throw in a tantrum or crying, we're usually taught, no, 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 no. Yes, laughter, no, those others, right? And so when our inner child is needing to express anger, needing to express crying, and we're taught, well, I can't do that. Let me just wrap this in emotional energy and stuff it down here. Well, this is what's happening. So you're bringing up some of these things to transform so that it doesn't need energy anymore. You're going to give your inner child space to cry and to throw a tantrum if necessary. You're going to give them the space, the unconditional love to do that. So I like this changing coming in here, which also rolls over into the mind. So this stepping away, I mean, you've got the 5 of swords here, which is the inner mental conflict that's going on about, the our lower vibrational thoughts and beliefs that are rooted in fear, that were really created from a lot of those emotions that are below the surface, because we're like, oh, I got punished for this, so now I need to create this all these belief systems so that doesn't happen again. Oh, I got praised for this. I got to create all these belief systems so that I can make sure I get praise again. And so we've got this construct of all these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. But there's conflict there because they don't serve us anymore. And that's what's coming in here is you've got both the page and the ace of swords. This is the page is holding the ace of swords. New thoughts, new beliefs, new mindsets, seeing things from a higher perspective, really connecting with your higher self, which is where you find your inner strength through all of this. You're really realizing, yeah, I've got, like we put up baby gates to keep ourselves from falling down the stairs, but as adults, I don't need a baby gate anymore, but we constantly it's blocking us going in and out and it gets stuck and then we trip over it and then we trip down the stairs as an adult. It's like we're removing the baby gates. We're removing things that don't serve anymore. And it's that time and you have permission to do all that. So that's what's coming in, Kat. Hopefully that resonates. That's what Spirit has for you right now. And if you want any kind of guidance on that kind of from chaos to cozy, I have a podcast, and it's linked in the description box of the video, or you can see it on my main page when you go there too. But it's all the journey. We come from cozy, we come down to chaos, and then it's our journey going back to cozy. So check that out if that resonates for you. All right, Kat. So that's what they have. Many blessings, and thank you again for your donation. All right, let's give these a shuffle. And Patty, you are up next. Thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that some love and a like. Boom. You want to know what is coming for you at work and work relationships. All right, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about work? Okay, they do want to those for work. And those 2 for work, and these are work relationships. Okay. Well, overall, the bottom of the deck, you've got the 10 of Pentacles, which is an abundant, full, overflowing outside world. So positive energy there for sure. Just it's all going to come to fruition, is what I'm hearing. Let's take a look here. So work-wise, there is movement of emotion. And I like this energy here with the movement of emotion, because I feel like there's this new happiness that's unfolding in the workplace. And it just feels like I don't even know if there's um I mean, there's little things that are happening, I feel like business is doing better and they're expanding or they have, budget and just all this little stuff happening where just everyone's a little bit extra happier and it just all that extra happiness just makes the overall environment a happier feel to it, this happier energy. So I do feel like there's this emotional energy switch that happens, that comes in here. Yeah, in here, this just it does feel like this, where it moves from this feeling of lack, falling short, to this Seven of Wands, which is standing out among the crowd. So I feel like there is a switch for you in that maybe I don't know if you feel like an outsider, but it's like suddenly you're in the limelight and you're up here and some people maybe won't like it, but that's all right. It's just because they're wondering why you got that and they didn't. Like you either got recognition of some sort, you got something coming up where you are either you know given a lead position or allowed to lead a project or promotion, money, something where you're like put up above other people, where other people are like they feel low about themselves already, and when you get moved up, they feel even lower about themselves. So they're like, me, and it's not about you; it's about them. And I feel like that's important for you to know is that the people that are acting the way they are, they're acting the way out of their fears about their own worth, and it has nothing to do with you, except that they already felt lower than you. Now they feel even lower, and so if you have people who are snarky and doing things, it's like just know that, okay, this isn't about me. What I see when I look at them is about me. So if I'm like, what a jerk, and I'm like, oh, there's three fingers pointing back at me. How am I being a jerk to them? How am I being a jerk to myself is usually more powerful. And it's like, oh, okay, I see. Why aren't they recognizing me? Why am I not recognizing myself? Beautiful mirrors, but just know what they're seeing. You have no idea. When a hyena looks in a mirror, it sees a hyena. You're like, why are they cackling like that? It's like, oh, this is nothing about me, right? So I like that. Yeah. And we definitely, you have the Page of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. So there definitely is this, energy here of new opportunities, new ways of looking at your worth in a higher way, but joy. I mean, it's like wish fulfillment. So I do feel like there's this great opportunity that comes forward here very soon for you in the workplace. That is just like it feels like a dream come true. And so I like that. That is headed your way. So I like that. And then let's take a look here at work relate. I mean, because of course you got the Ten of Pentacles too. So boom. Work relationships. Yeah. So with work relationships, you have the Queen of Cups and the Two of Wands. And so for work relationships, the let's start with the Two of Wands, because the Two of Wands, they're saying here with work relationships, it has a lot to do with your energy because when you are focusing in on gratitude and joy and laughter and peace, you draw higher vibrational relationships, people to you, right? But when we're focusing on our fears, what we hate, what we miss, all that lower vibrational stuff, we draw those lower vibrational relationships to us. So they're saying that with you, if because it's when people are blah blah blah, like the when people are doing the wah, blah 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 blah. If we focus in on the the crybabies, then we're going to draw more crying babies to us. It just multiplies. It's like no, but when we focus in on the things we do love about people, the relationships we do love, the things we love, we draw on those higher vibrational, and it kind of like these other people just kind of drift away because lower vibration can't exist in the presence of high vibration. It's like darkness can't hang around light because when it comes closer, it has to make a choice to turn to light or it can't come in. And so that's why darkness stays away, if that makes sense. So I like that. And then lastly, you have the Queen of Cups, which the Queen of Cups is about your um, deep emotional ability, how you feel everyone's emotions. And what a lovely challenge that always is, right? Because when you have a huge heart, when you have been very empathic all your life, you don't realize how your world is a lot different than people who don't have a heightened empathic connection. You feel all your emotions, and then you go to a work where there's other people, you pick up all their emotions, which then trigger emotions inside of you that resonate with those other emotions. And so you're like this emotional, on an emotional roller coaster, right? Especially if you have like a water moon, or if you're a water sign or have a lot of water in your chart, even more so, right? So paying attention to moon energy is important for you. The other thing that I might recommend here are these two um, episodes in this Take 10 with Zen. One is about the empathic bubble, and the other one's about the true gift of an empath. So it can help you. How can I put up this emotional, like I call it like a jello mold, where emotions of others they get stuck here, and you don't take them on as your own, right? And it helps just mute all the emotions of everyone else, that so you can um, be more fair to people too. What I know, when you're empathic and you feel people's emotions, you know, it's like we don't often you know um, filter out that I know they're feeling that, but they're not saying it or doing anything about it, and that's they're experiencing that, and maybe they're working on that themselves, but we can feel it and we know it, and we kind of inside hold them accountable. Right? It's like when you date people, oh my god, especially those that knew what the abilities I had. They're like, it's not fair, it was in here, it wasn't out here, you can't hold me to that. And I'm like, but I want to talk about why you're feeling that way. It's none of your business, and I'm just like, okay, all right. So allows us a little bit of leniency too, where we're like, you know what, people are feeling all sorts of things, but maybe they're working on them internally. So I like that they're for you. And then also that empathic, the gift of the empath talks about, feeling other people's emotions is a small piece of our the gift of an empath. There's a larger gift. So if you want to dive into that, check out those videos. They're usually 10 minutes or less. So they're not hugely long anyway, but some great information there. And I feel like that will help you out. And that helps you with your relationships, um, your work relationships with all that too. So I like that. And you'll be able to make an energetic impact. You can't choose other people's emotions, but you can, when you have higher vibration and you're pouring out unconditional love into an environment, you know, we can go into a room and make it easier for people to choose fear, or we can go into a room and our energy makes it easier for people to choose higher vibrational emotions instead. And so when we change our energy, especially when you have such a huge, powerful heart, you'll see the energy of around change as well. So I love that. All right, and that's what they have for you, Patty. Oh, I'm so good. Oh, spot on. Everything resonates 100%. Woohoo. All right. So fist bump. All right, Patty. Thank you so much for your energy and for your donation. I appreciate you. Enjoy. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Infinity is one. You are up next. You are very welcome, Patty. So, Infinity, thank you for your heart sticker. I can't give it love, but I do love it. And thank you for the donation. So, what's the current energy and outcome of the message you sent to Al? All right, let's take a look here based on current energies. Give this a little shuffle. I'm just going to take a little sip of my coffee. All right. So infinity. Current energy and outcome. All right. Okay. I suppose that is it. All right. Let's take a look. All right. Hi. It's always implied. It's always implied. Energy on the bottom of the deck here. So you've got this Eight of Wands, which is fast moving energy. Um, so, I just don't know if there's a trigger here with a message. I just feel like, we're in the middle of, we just started Aries energy and this equinox, and we're in the shadow of the Mercury retrograde. I kind of feel like, because you got on the bottom of the deck here, you've got, you know, seeing things from a higher perspective eventually, but I feel like there's something that triggers them here. I don't know what this is. I just feel like they're in a rotten mood to start off with. And so their energy when they receive it isn't about really the message from you at all. I just feel like they're in just a pissy mood. And they're just like, "Ugh." They're already like, "Ugh," and then they get the message and they're just like, "Ugh, rah, 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 rah." But I feel like they calm down. And this makes sense with those are the bottom of the deck. We got the Queen of Cups. I just feel like are they like a water sign, or maybe they have a water moon? I just feel like they're really sensitive emotionally right now. And um, you know, it's like they're a water moon. Okay. Yeah. So I just feel like they are like just really, 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 really sensitive. And I don't this is not to mean offend anyone. This is your spirit guide saying it's like they're PMSing. They're just they're in this mood. It's like give them chocolate. They need to they can't help it. They're in this mood, and it just feels like it's chemical, hormonal. It's just feel like it's this big emotional thing that they're going through. So sensitive right now. And that's what's going on. So they just want you to know that that's what's coming in. Ultimately, though, I feel like when they calm down, you got the 6 of wands, which is victory and celebration, smooth movement of energy. So I feel like they get past this, you know, kind of kind of energy here. Yeah, and so I like it. It's like, I just hear a cat, hissing and everything. But you got the Page of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. They've got this, the Nine of Pentacles is about abundance and full, and with this Six of Wands, there's a lot of victory and fulfillment and positiveness that comes here. The Page of Wands is about a spark. Um, it's a heightened spark, which I like. It's not the kind of spark that happened with the hissing cat. But it's this it's like they're suddenly, just their mood has changed, and there's just the stability in the outside world here with the Four of Pentacles. It just feels more at home that comes in here. So it feels like the energy balances out with it all. So if you get any kind of response or a delay in response, if it's a delay in response, just count your blessings, because I feel like they're someone who, when they've been hissy before, that when they reacted, they had to eat a lot of crow and apologize a lot. And so they know, and they're in this mood that they just kind of put a force field up. It's like a werewolf getting away from everyone, chaining themselves in a basement in a cage so that they don't hurt other people. That's what I feel. Howling. Oh, and it is a full moon coming up, a full moon lunar eclipse on Monday. So I just feel like there's this, kind of energy that's around them right now, that they're just kind of, sounds like they're holding back a bit through it all. So I feel like ultimately the response is going to be, I like this, happy, content, chirping birds out in a garden. That's what the nine of pentacles is someone who's alone in a garden with spirit, and then the chirping birds and the sun is out, and it just feels so serene and everything. But before that, it's just like with a devil card on the bottom. They're just their world is being shaken a little bit. So just know, and with Mercury retrograde, like I said, we're entering the pre-shadows. And I think that was like on Tuesday, Wednesday, we started going into the shadow, the pre-shadow of the retrograde, which is when it starts to slow and we start to feel the challenge with communication. So just know, whatever, I feel like they won't respond, but if they do, if they're snarky or whatever, because it's an eclipse, it also amplifies this full moon. So they might be a bit, "Rah," and then they'll be like, I'm sorry. Or you don't hear anything, and then you get a nice reply later. so, so that's what's coming in, Infinity. Uh, Yay! Right? What was it? If you saw the movie Devil Wears Prada with that devil card, the Devil Wears Prada, where when it starts off and she's arriving, and I forget his name. He's the bald-headed guy with glasses. Tells everyone, "Gird your loins," because here she comes. That's what I feel like your spirit guides are saying. Just be aware. Here comes the devil wearing Prada. That's too funny. All right. So that's what they have for you, Infinity. Many blessings. And thank you so much again for the donation. All right. Brenda. Hey, you are up. Thank you so much for your sticker. Love the rainbow unicorn, and for your donation too. So for today with your boyfriend, Eric. I like Eric. I love you, Brenda. I like Eric for you. All right. So his thoughts. Let's start with his thoughts here. All right. And then his feelings. And then the plans. So we'll break it up here. You guys had some time together last night. I like it. All right. So, the bottom of the deck, the overall energy is the Queen of Cups. Reminds me of like moon energy. There's definitely a lot of emotion. The Queen of Cups co-rules over the cups with the king, but all the queens are given a second portion of emotion. Master of emotion. So I just feel like there's such a flood of emotion that's going on below the surface. Um, and I feel like you can feel it because you're a bit empathic, right? So you feel the flow, even though it doesn't make it out of here. Don't try to get him to, you know, it's like doing the little panels on his heart. Come on, speak, share your emotions. Just allow him to in his own time, he'll share it. Just know that they're there though, even if they don't say it with their mouth. You can feel it with your heart, and you're like, okay, just let that be enough for right now. With that, and we'll look at his feelings here anyway. So let's look at his thoughts. Okay. Let me see. I just need to make it a little bit YouTube appropriate. Lovers card. So thoughts. Major Arcana lovers card. I think we're just done. I think your reading's done now. I'm just kidding. We got the Six of Cups too, which is mutual emotion coming in here. And again, another six, the Six of Cups. So you've got the Lovers card, And then you have the 6 of Cups too, which is, past life connections. I don't know if we've talked about this. I feel like maybe we have, but there's such a past life connection between the two of you that there's so much. And that explains why there's so much below the surface too. So many emotions that aren't even from this lifetime. There's from other lifetimes too that are activated because you guys are around one another that comes in here. So there is that special past life connection that comes in. I love it. I love it. I love it. And you've got the 4 of Cups, and the 4 of Cups here is about emotional stability. So I like all that coming in here for you. And if you ever want to know about any of your past lifetimes together, I do offer past life readings. If you're interested, information's in the description box of the video. Just letting you know, there's no expectations. Just letting you know. All right, so that's the thinking, that's his thoughts. It's all about emotion. It's interesting, right? But his feelings, let's say, are they gonna be all about the thoughts? No. So his feelings here, 7 of Pentacles, they like the progression. The 7 of Pentacles is, the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit, and so they are, you know, allowing things with their emotions to grow and allowing it to show itself in its proper timing. So I feel like it's going to be a little bit of time, which makes sense why why we had all that in the beginning about just in their own time they're going to share their emotions. Just trust it. Right now, their heart and their mind are battling, about letting out their emotions. They've got, you know their mind is like, "Oh, no, heart, we can't just let you run around. I gotta keep you on a leash. In fact, I'm gonna keep you in a kennel. I'm not gonna let you run around," because of pain of the past and when they express themselves to other people, they got stomped on. So they're like, "You know what? When you ran out there and, like it's talking to his heart, when you ran out there and I didn't have you on a leash, you got hit by a car." And so his heart got hit by a car. He's like, "No, now I keep you on the leash because I can't trust you to listen to me," And so he's working through that though, allowing his heart will eventually do the puppy dog eyes and allow it to be expressed. Yeah, yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. And that's where the disagreements come from fear, right? Exactly as you said, when we realize if if there's something like brah, you can understand, okay, this is um him afraid his heart is going to run out and get hit by a car again. And it's like, you know, I get you, you know. So I like that. Yep. So, and then we're talking about the plans. We've got the Knight of Swords, which is movement of thought and belief and mindset. So that is the change of, getting out of their head, seeking things from a different, higher perspective. So that's getting out of those fears and taking steps towards it. And I feel like they really have done that. And then we have the Empress, which is abundance. It's Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. It's sensuality. It's birthing and growth and harvest. So their plans are, you know, to continue allowing it to grow. And I just feel like these cards just speak so well together with, we've got the seven, the 7 Pentacles, the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit, and here's the harvest. So this is their plan. They understand this is where it's headed. They just freak out, along the way, you know, and it's all right. They're allowed to freak out. They're working through it, and you're allowed to freak out and have disagreements too. But you guys are so drawn together, you can't stay apart anyway. But uh, I like it for you. So hopefully that helps, Brenda. And it feels very solid. It's just they're working through the battle between their head and their heart that comes in there. All right. So many blessings to you. Thank you again. Mhm. All right. Yeah, I get you. I get you. Yeah, I do feel. I mean, we've got the balance coming in here for the weekend here, so I do feel like they will text you. Will they text you today? Yeah, I feel like they will, and I just feel like balance is important this weekend. Just allow things to. I like follow the cycle, go with the flow with them right now. I just feel like it's an important thing to allow this I like your spirit guides. Allow them to have the sense that they're in control, even though they're not. Allow them that feeling to have that sense. So, um, cool. I'll dive in more deeper with that question. With is that what that donation's for? I'll dive in deeper into that. But I like that. Allow them to have the sense of control. But I will. I'll pull more cards here in a moment. I'll just jump into these others first, and then I'll dig deeper into that because I want to get more nosy. All right. So thank you, Brenda. I will come back to you. And then Love 43, thank you for your donation. Let me give that some love and a like there. Thank you. And you want to know what message does your spirit guide have for you tonight? I love this bright yellow solar plexus energy there for you. And let's take a look here. So, what do your spirit guides have for you? All right. So you got 1, 2, 1, 2, 12, 12. So if that means anything for you, bottom of the deck, you have the Three of Wands, which is a change of direction with new information that you are, and it's you choosing to go a different direction. We'll see. We'll see more about what this is about here. All right. Yeah. Oh wow. Look at you. Okay. Sorry. I shouldn't do that. But, I'm an expressive individual. So it starts off here. You have the Nine of Swords, which is this looking at, thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that keep you up at night, right? It's our fears. But the nine is a good number because it is the ending of fears, the transformation of fears. It's the realization with this amount of reflection that you have been having and that you are doing right now. This is what's helping bring around the Three of Wands, the change of direction here. Yeah, because even underneath that, you have the Four of Swords, which is peace of mind. So, this looking and facing these thoughts and beliefs around whatever situation has been causing some angst or this shaking and rattling is coming in here, and I feel like it was been holding you back in the past, but you got two knights coming along with this card here, which here this Knight of Swords is allowing you to see things from a higher perspective. That's what helps cut away these fear thoughts and beliefs that don't serve you anymore. And it's fast moving too. You got two of the faster moving horses here. Knight of Fire, Knight of Wands is the fastest. It's like something suddenly clicks, right? Where you're like, you were needing some additional information. You were kind of going back and forth between making some decisions, and there's this unknowingness around it. But this is like you've asked spirit, you've looked inward, you're going, okay, what is it that I need to know that'll make this an easy breezy, short and easy, hell yes, hell no answer to this predicament or questions that you have on your mind. And boom, it comes like out of the blue, very fast, very speedy, and like, okay, boom, I know what I need to do. And I like this, and you've got this this joy here with the 10 of cups that comes in here, which is this, movement. It's like you're able to choose that which makes your heart feel full, because you're getting out of your mind about all of these, oh no, I have to, all this stuff needs to happen, and then this, and then that, and there's no way to make all of this stuff happen. I can't do 100% of those 9 of swords. And that's because, well, some of those are not yours. It's like, oh, these are not, that makes sense. These are fears, these are other people's opinions and stuff. I don't need those. And you're like, when you throw those away, you're like, oh, well, then it's a very easy decision because this is what I want to do. And when I take everyone else out of the picture, it's a no-brainer, and I like that. And, this change of energy that comes in here from the 10 of wands and the 5 of pentacles, which the 10 of wands is a lot of energy being invested in, you know, these feelings of lack and being left behind and abandoned. Maybe these energies of, I don't want to let people down, and what will they think, and how will that impact me in the future? Are they going to abandon me if I don't do what they want me to do? Blah 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 blah. Right. And so all this energy that we're taught to invest in that, and I like this because it's like the energy changes from. Let me see if I can do this here. I do it this way. So I'll do it this way. So the energy changes from investing energy in this to investing energy in that instead. And this matches up. You've got a 10 and a 10. Whoops, a 10 and a 10. So these match up. It's like, okay, this is where I'm investing my energy, and this is where I get to move forward. Even have the Empress on the bottom of the deck, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, new creation, new birth, but taking care of you and putting yourself first, with all of this as well. And of course, you've got the 2 of cups, which is about, the relationship with yourself, becoming your best friend, and the sun card, joy and celebration, and your inner child, letting your inner child out to play, right? So it's like you get to become the nurturer. Whoops. The nurturer of your inner child. Okay, I can do this. Sometimes I'm not as talented as I want to be. There we go. So, you get to become the nurturer, the mother to your inner child. You get to be that giving yourself that attention, allowing this beautiful relationship between yourself to come in there. So I love those messages for you. I feel like an oracle card is calling out to you too here. So let me just put these back into the deck here. And sorry, a lot of cards. Okay, there we go. And I'm really being drawn here to these Whispers of the Ocean Oracle. Got these beautiful cards. The sea turtle. So let's take a look here. Let's see what their final message is here for you. What else? Okay. Oop. That's all right. There it is. Yeah. You got card number 32, Total Submersion. It says, don't be afraid to totally immerse yourself in a project, an interest, or a goal. Give it 100% of your energy, and you may find what your life has been lacking. That's funny. That goes because that 5 of Pentacles is the lack card. So it's like moving from lacking to 10 of Cups, overflowing, beautiful, beautiful energies. Let's see here. You know when and where to start, and your endeavors will be supported with opportunities. You may desire more education. A period of study and learning through an existing system or program may be indicated. You may be chasing a new aim in life or have become a journey of self discovery and contemplation. And this message is about staying power. Submersion is about going within, and you may benefit from disconnecting from the outside world so you can explore what you would like to create. Some things take time to come to fruition, so allow time for newly planted seeds and ideas to become established. Rest, meditate, journal, and nurture yourself. Shut up, I know. You will resurface with renewed energy and an enlightened perspective. A humpback whale's large tail is called a fluke, and the whale may lift its fluke out of the water and then slap it on the water's surface. This may be a warning for the rest of its pod. Before a whale dives, you will see its fluke before it goes under. And each whale's fluke has distinctive markings, which are used to identify whales when they migrate. And once a humpback dives under the surface, it may be up to 15 minutes before they surface again. When they do resurface, they will be miles from their original location. That stands out. This is true when you dedicate yourself to research or learning about anything that has intrigued you. Once you have dived deep into the subject and gathered the information, you may find you have altered your position. New information coming in, altering your position. I love it. And it's about uniqueness coming in here too, with the fluke being very specific and different for each individual. And I feel like that's a important piece for it too, because you get to be true to your authentic self and live and make choices for your authentic self as well. So I like it. All right. So hopefully that resonates. That's what we have coming in there for you. Love 43. Oh, it says makes sense. All right. Very good. And thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And then Techie, you are up next. I got your Z PayPal. So we will go to that next here, and then Infinity, and then to Brenda. And for anyone that, for your free readings, I have not started any of those yet, but I will be on for about 20 more minutes. Oh, sure. I can definitely do that. Um, but for the free readings, if I don't, whatever I don't finish in this session, I go spend about an hour or so with my praying mantis. I got to eat and run a couple errands, and then I'll be back later this afternoon and finish out the free readings before my evening session at 6 p.m. too. So just thank you for your patience and hanging in there. Donations are how I live and are able to offer all the free stuff I do. So thank you for your patience. Thank you all of you that are donating. That was really loud. Sorry if that came across there. All right. So Techie, thank you. So let's take a look here. There are no shoulds in the spirit world. So when I ask them, should we? They're like, no. you know. So we rephrase it to say, okay, give me you. They see the high, the high level. So we'll ask them, what if you don't apologize, and what if you do? We'll pull energy for both. For that. So we'll start with question number 4. Should you apologize? So if you don't apologize, and what if you do apologize? All right. If you do apologize, you have the King of Pentacles, which is fullness and abundance, a new sense of your self-worth, and a great amount of abundance in the outside world. So it's a very positive card. But if you don't, you have the Page of Cups, which the Page of Cups is about, you tuning into your self-love and connecting inward, right? So I feel like if you apologize, the outside world seems to, you know, be more richer and abundant and that. But if you don't, then you have this relationship with yourself that is enhanced, and you're able to look at um, being gentle with yourself and forgiving yourself instead, you know, because whether someone forgives you on the outside world or not, it doesn't change things, right? Um, so, but you can forgive yourself for anything that you might have felt, um, that you have done to yourself, in the situation. It's like if you were harsh on yourself, um, and if you're just like, well, I don't think I did anything wrong. And then if you're like, well, I'm beating myself up over it, release that for yourself. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 I mean, yeah, you don't need to. Um, Apologies are for you anyway. You know, it's our fear. Well, if I don't apologize, what are they going to retaliate? And it's like, you know what? You know, you don't need like a formal apology. If you make a mistake and someone says something or does something, you can just be like, you know, it'll come naturally if it does anyway with your next interaction with someone or whatever. If it comes up, it comes up, and but I don't feel like you need to worry about it. Yeah, definitely. All right, let's go backwards. We're gonna go 4, 3, 2, 1. So number three, I want to know how would your date go with that individual? Let's take a look here. All right, two there. 7 of Cups, a lot of emotional stuff that's coming in here. So a lot of different emotions that would be sparked. The Page of Pentacles, it would result in a second date. That's funny. Um, but it would spawn a lot of emotional, I don't want to say confusion as much as just a lot of different emotions. I don't feel like emotions confuse you so much. I feel like you can compartmentalize emotion pretty well, where you can feel this emotion separate from this emotion, separate from this emotion, you know. Um, so I just feel like there's just a large amount of emotion, a lot of different feelings that come up. It's like you have all these 7 cups that you just put all these different emotions in, but there's a lot of stuff that's um, sparked, that comes with that. So we do have this, um, you know, well, this irritated me. We'll put that in a cup. That was neat. That was cool. Oh, that's very interesting. But I only feel like 1 out of 7 is like all right, I'm gonna pin that over here because I'm gonna come back to that. But I'm not gonna bring it up now. I'm gonna I'm gonna see I'm gonna let it play out and see what you really mean by that before you, "Rah," just because it's the first date or the date that it is. It's like, okay, I'm gonna wait on that. All right, all right. So that is what they want you to know for number three. Number two, you want to know how are you viewed at your current job? Of course, depends on who you're asking about. Yeah, it does. It does feel like it'll be good. That's why it's 1 out of 7 isn't bad for you, you know? Well, usually it's like, what, 5 out of 7? You're like, "Okay, these things pissed me off, but these 2 didn't. I'll give you a little leeway." This is like 1 out of 7. I think that's a good percentage. Alright. So, we'll look at here and just see, we'll look at the important people in your work, not your workmates, but how you're being viewed at your current job by the people who pay you. Yeah. So, 9 of Cups. So it is, the 9 of Cups is like overflowing, joyful, and full of a lot of happiness and joy. So I feel like you do exude a lot of, you smile a lot and you have this brightness around you from their perception. So they're like, wow. I like that because it's an important piece. In addition to this, this is their main important thing is, all right, 10 of wands, you're a hard worker. You really, bring stuff. I mean, you're productive, you do a lot of work. And then Nine of Cups, and they do it with a smile. They're like, well, they'll deal with people that are not doing it with a smile. They don't like people who cause a ruckus. Um, but they like people who do the job, and with a smile is even better. Like, wow, we really like that, right? um I feel like you might they might see you as a bit of a loner, you know um being a little bit of a hermity in a way. And I feel like, I don't know if this is a newer job or not, but it just feels like they're like, they recognize that you're kind of um off to yourself, you work well independently. So they're not concerned because I don't feel like it's impacted your job there. Um, yeah. Well, was that from other people? That wasn't from your bosses, right? This is like from your bosses. And I just feel like they're like, they have no doubt that you'll get into this you know, uh more bonds, because I feel like they like having a family atmosphere, and it just takes time for people for the bonding to happen, and they understand that. So, but I like that they see that you do work well independently. So that's what's coming in there for that one. And then number one is, how is this individual feeling about you after the interview that you just had? All right, let's take a look here. All right. Like that. Here's you. You must have flexed your Leo energy with the strength card. And the Six of Pentacles, equal giving and receiving, very well balanced. I feel like this is very positive. Ends up, Six of Pentacles is about abundance as well here. So I like that coming in here. So very positive energies coming in with that. Um, they saw that you were strong. You have a lot of strengths, and I like this balanced energy that they see. You're well rounded, but overall, the Six of Pentacles is a positive energy that comes in. Yeah, I do. I do feel like it is a that's the way they saw you. Um, so I'll pull a card here for the job, because that wasn't the question. You wanted to know how they felt about you. Were you the strongest candidate? Let's take a look. So, will you get that job? Well, so we've got this, Eight of Swords, which is about thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that keep us feeling restricted and bound. And you even got the Justice card on the bottom, which is, this is the sword that releases our thinking here. That there was a another you know um card on the bottom, was the Four of Swords, which was peace of mind. That was the overall answer I was going to give you. And I feel like they're saying, just put your mind at peace. And with all this mind energy, they're just like, just let it, let it let this go. Let the have it's mental stability. It's like, take a deep breath. If it's for you, it'll come for you here. And I feel like I don't know why they're zeroing in on that, but they just want you to be able to have less, the conflict of energy. Um, you know, but I feel like yeah, yeah. I mean, there's this transformation of conflicting energy from fear to love. And I just feel like all this mindset, it's like, yeah, and with all those cards, it feels like you did very well. And so, the energy's there. I just wanted to wonder. Just going to reshuffle and energize because I see here you said you want to like a yes or no. So I'm going to see if they'll stop giving you a maybe. Can you please make it a clear yes or no if it is for Techie's highest good? Yeah. All right. Ace of Wands. So that is a yes. We're like, thank you. Thank you. We appreciate. We're most appreciative. So I like it. So that's what they have. And thank you for your additional donation. I appreciate that. All right. All right. So I've got about about 4 or 5 more minutes. So I should be able to get Infinity in here, and Brenda will dig. We'll get a little nosy there too. And for everyone else, I will be back in about probably 2 hours. Um, once because I have to do that and I eat, I have to run a couple errands. So I'll probably be back at around 3:30 Mountain Time, and I'll finish out I'll start the free readings. I haven't done any of the free readings yet, so I will get to those. All right. All right, Infinity, thank you so much for your additional donation. Let's give that some love and a like there. And you want to know, are you and Leo going to get together romantically? Woo-hoo-hoo. Let's take a look here. Let me just reshuffle these up. In the future, I get you. All right. I feel like it's undetermined here. There's like a couple ways it can go with the Two of Pentacles. So I feel like there is, because we've got the Hermit and the Chariot card, which is all about the power of choice, and that there is some alone time, but that's like one side of the choice. The other side of the choice is, whoops, over here, which the other part of the choice here is about this, if we can step outside of the fears, the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that would have, you know, stolen things in the past, there's just some, and I feel like this is on both sides, not like a ton of yours. That's what I love about the Seven of Swords is, they have left a couple thoughts and beliefs behind. They have three that they're focusing on, but there's two that are unknown. I feel like you have like these five over here, and you have two that you're looking at. But I feel like this is a good representation of them, that they've looked at some, they have some that they're facing. There's still a couple unknown that they triggers that are there. But I feel like that's what's necessary for them to have the birth, the sensuality, this nurturingness that comes in here. So I feel like it's undetermined right now because it all depends. I don't feel like it's faded. I feel like this is um an extra option on your vacation package that you both can choose. But I feel like they have a little more work to do on their beliefs about themselves and thoughts and those things than you do. So I feel like it's kind of just like up in the air still, with that. So hopefully that helps. I'm gonna use this as a guinea pig. I'm gonna pull a lover's oracle real quick here. Anything else? All right. I think this might be your card. Let's see what it says. Well, that's good. They are afraid to lose you. And so there is this fear. I feel like one of the fears that they have below the surface is that abandonment, being left behind, um, someone leaving them. So that's what I feel comes in there. So that's what they have for you, Infinity. That's for now, right? All right. Up in the air. All right. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. And then Brenda, thank you for your donation. And that will be my last reading for this session. But I will come back later to finish out the free reading. So, hey, Yambi, if you want to pop your question in there, I'm going to be taking screenshots here in a moment. And I will be back later. All right. So we were looking into this weekend. So will he text you today? Let's just get clarification on that. Nope, not those. Okay. All right. No, none of those two. All right. Let's refresh these. All right. So will they text you today? All right. All right. And then will you see each other this week? Yeah, that's right. The sense of control. Okay. I like it. So with Willie text you today, got the hanged man, seeing things from a higher perspective. I feel like eventually it's not going to be later in the day because the hanged man is kind of like a patience card. It's like, well, I feel like that they will, but it's going to be like later in the day. I just feel like they have a lot going on right now with all that. The underlying energy on the bottom of the deck, we like it. It's a relationship card. 10 of Pentacles, togetherness. So I feel like that is a yes for getting together this weekend. And yeah, and you have the Nine of Cups. Dreams come true card. We've got the things moving forward in the outside world as you guys work out things together. So I like that. And then the Knight of Swords too, which is movement of communication, movement of thinking and mindset, which I think we got that on him on your first reading, right? I just feel like they're working through their stuff and but I like that. I still like, your spirit guides are so funny because they're like just they're reminding me of when I used to manage and coach over a escalated call line, and I would tell my representatives, you know, the reason why people escalate is they feel they're not being heard and they feel like they're out of control, and that's where fear comes from. Our inner child feels unsafe or out of control, and so when if someone is escalating, it's allow them to feel in control. And of course, in the group that we hire, but even in our company alone, they used to hire a lot of people that were very, very organized and everything that didn't like feeling out of control themselves. So to give a customer control, oh, it was uncomfortable, right? So I taught them, I taught them this. They're like, that's manipulative. And I'm like, no, it's just the way that you can open up communication. I go, if in your mind you realize any second I could say something that would really irritate them, that would make them escalate further or hang up. And knowing that, you are truly in control. However, you can allow them to feel in control, knowing that in the back of your mind, and that's what they're bringing in for you there. So that's funny, Brenda. All right, so that's what they have, Brenda. And many blessings to you again. Thank you so much for your donation there. And for everyone else, I'm going to take screenshots here in a quick split second. But while you're waiting for me to come back, if you haven't checked out yet, here is the Libra full moon eclipse. Pick a card for Monday, lunar eclipse. And so be sure to check that out. Great information in there. I also put out an eclipse alert. Pick a card. It's a special one with an eclipse guide on things you can do to help manage this super powerful eclipse energy that impacts us 4 to 6 weeks before and after they happen. So we've got here on Monday, we've got this, um, lunar eclipse, and then on April 8th, we've got a solar eclipse. So a lot of eclipse energy coming in here. And Brenda. You mean about seeing each other this weekend? I just finished that up, if you just came back. So if you rewind a little bit, and unless there I didn't see another question besides that, right? Yeah, yeah, so I did that one already. You are welcome. And then here's the equinox. Of course, that just happened starting on Tuesday. Monday, Tuesday? I think so. But here's a 3-month reading for that, and that's for each individual zodiac sign. So that's the playlist. So you guys can check out that. And if that weren't enough, happy Aries season too. So happy birthday to all you Aries sun babies. There's a special bonus reading for you on their birthday reading, but also pick a card for everyone else. So be sure to check those out. And if you also want something else to listen to, um, I've got my podcast From Chaos to Cozy. There's a link to the last episode about it's complicated with relationships, and then there's the playlist link too. So be sure to check any of those out. And then I'm just going to take quick screenshots here, and I shall return. So let me just grab these, and definitely appreciate all the thumbs up. It definitely helps spread the Zen love. So thank you guys. It's something everyone can do for free. And that you become part of the love tsunami. Sorry, let me just look and see where I left off here. Okay, there we go. So that's what happens when I try to do two things at once. I used to be a master multitasker, but I think once you get out of corporate life and you don't function at that ludicrous speed that they require of you, things just calm down a little bit. All right. See, we did that one, we did that one, we did that one. All right, all right. So to the last screen here, let me grab this. All right, perfect. All right, everybody. Thank you once again for all the love and support. And remember, every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally and eternally loved by the mother and father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you guys again, enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you're at in the world. And until then, much love to you. Hang in there. You guys take care, and we'll see you soon. Yeah. Oop, nope. I am going to be coming back, Vargas. If you want to put your yes or no question there real quick, I'll grab it, and I'll be back in about 2.5 hours to finish out the free readings, if you'd like. Otherwise, I will be back at for everyone to 6 p.m. tonight and tomorrow, and then also on Saturday and Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time as well. All right, I grabbed it. So I got that, and so you'll be the last one when I come back this afternoon. That'll be easy for you to find it. You'll just know it's the last reading. All right, everybody. I shall return. Until then, much love. You guys hang in there. We'll see you soon.